Most men fail in relationships not because women deceive them, but because they ignore the early signs that reveal everything. A woman rarely shows her true character in the beginning, but her subconscious always leaks the truth through patterns, reactions, and small behaviors men overlook when they're blinded by attraction. A Machiavellian man does not fall for words. He studies patterns. He reads the unspoken. He watches the shadows behind her smile. Because a woman can be beautiful, intelligent, and charming, yet still possess traits that can quietly drain a man's power, purpose, and peace. Today, we expose 4 hidden red flags no man should ever tolerate, the Machiavellian edition. These are the behaviors no high-value man accepts. These are the patterns that reveal who she truly is. These are the signs you must recognize before they break you. Red flag 1. She tests your boundaries early. A woman who respects you will test your boundaries only once to see who you are. A woman who doesn't respect you will test your boundaries repeatedly to see what she can get away with. It may start subtly, ignoring small requests, teasing you disrespectfully, pushing you to do things you're uncomfortable with, showing up late without apology, making jokes that belittle you. These aren't accidents. These are probing behaviors designed to measure your spine. A Machiavellian man knows this. A woman doesn't test your boundaries to hurt you. She tests them to identify your strength. If you fail these tests, she loses attraction. If you pass them, she gains respect. But if she keeps pushing, even when you hold firm, this is a hidden red flag. Because a woman who cannot accept your no will eventually violate your peace, your purpose, and your trust. A woman who values you doesn't need to break your boundaries to feel powerful. Red flag 2. She uses affection as a weapon. A woman's affection is supposed to be a reflection of her feelings, not a tool to control yours. But some women will withdraw affection, intimacy, or warmth when they want to punish you, manipulate you, or force compliance. This is silent emotional warfare. The Machiavellian man recognizes it instantly. A woman who withholds affection to control you is signaling one thing clearly. She doesn't want partnership. She wants power. Healthy women communicate. Unhealthy women manipulate. And a man who accepts this behavior slowly loses confidence, masculinity, and emotional stability. The Machiavellian truth is simple. A woman who weaponizes love is more dangerous than one who openly fights, because she attacks you through your emotions, not your logic. Never tolerate a woman who treats affection as a bargaining chip. Red flag 3. She always sees herself as the victim. A woman who constantly plays the victim is hiding something, a refusal to take responsibility. Every conflict, every problem, every flaw becomes someone else's fault. Her ex was the problem, her job is the problem, her friends are the problem, her past is the problem, the world never treated her right. Listen carefully. If her entire life story is filled with enemies, villains, and betrayals, you won't be the exception. You'll be the next chapter. The Machiavellian man knows this psychological truth. A woman who never acknowledges her mistakes will eventually blame you for the consequences of her own actions. Victimhood is not an emotional state, it's a mindset. And when a woman uses it to avoid responsibility, she will drain your energy, take your peace, and make you the villain in a story you didn't write. Never tolerate a woman whose default mode is blame. Red flag 4. She disrespects your purpose. A woman's attraction to a man is deeply tied to how she views his purpose. Your ambition, your mission, your discipline. These are the foundations of masculine power. But a hidden red flag many men ignore is this: the woman who tries to pull you away from your purpose. She may get upset when you work, demand attention during important tasks, discourage your goals, belittle your dreams, prefer comfort over growth. Understand this. A woman who respects you values your mission. A woman who fears losing influence tries to distract you from it. The Machiavellian man never sacrifices his purpose. Not for affection, not for validation, not for temporary peace. Because the moment a man abandons his mission, he loses himself. And once he loses himself, he loses the respect of the woman he sacrificed everything for. Never tolerate a woman who competes with your purpose. The right woman supports it. The wrong woman sabotages it. A wise man doesn't fear losing a woman. He fears losing his standards. These 4 red flags are not small warnings. They are windows into her character. Ignore them, and you will pay with your peace. Respect them, and you protect your future. Remember, a man's power isn't measured by how many women he attracts, but by how many toxic women he walks away from. This is MindVelli, where masculinity is sharpened, wisdom is weaponized, and the mind becomes untouchable.